You were a stripper, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah. Thought about going back to it.
Really?
A couple years ago. Wanted to make some more money. Was like struggling at the club level. And I was like, I should go over to Hunkamania.
Do they have that here?
Dong out. Yeah.
In New York?
Yeah.
Where's Hunkamania?
Yeah, like you've never been. Yeah, keep playing dumb.
I
Do they
walked
have
right
that?
into that.
Are there
shit.
guys that strip that if you gave them like $400, they'd masturbate on you? Is there ever? I don't know. Is that? Yeah, they have that. Yeah, I was a stripper back in the 90s, the heyday, when AIDS was a thing.
The heyday of male stripping?
No, the heyday was before that.
Okay.
I was on the tail end of it. Like Chippendales in Toronto had just finished, and I worked at a club called Fantasies.
So, okay, you were a stripper.
Yeah.
And was that when you were living in Canada?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Where exactly? In Toronto?
Toronto.
And there was good money in that. Well, you said that you thought about going back to it for financial reasons.
Yeah, it'd be additional money. A good night, I would make $300 or $400. So it's not, you weren't getting rich. It's not like stripping in Vegas.
It's not like being a woman stripper.
Right. Meth. Getting beaten.
Would you,
Jesus.
would you ever, you know, the real perks. Would you ever have nights as a male stripper where you would go into the champagne room and a woman would solicit you for sex?
I did sex on a woman in a champagne room.
You did.
Here's the story.
I want to hear about this.
So for a year, I'd been stripping at Fantasies, and they're like, you can't have sex. If you get caught having sex, you get fired. And I didn't want to get fired. So my 1 year anniversary, this girl takes me in and buys 3 dances off me, $20 each in this private room. She keeps trying to grab my junk. I'm wearing a thong, sneakers, and slouch socks. You know, sexy.
Love it.
She keeps, and I go, you can't grab me. I'll get in big trouble. She goes, every other guy would let me fuck him if I wanted. I go, well, I'm not every other guy. So I take the $60. I go upstairs, and I got this girl downstairs really trying to fuck me. My friend is like, so go fuck her. And I, yeah, but I don't want to get fucked. Who cares, Brandon? That was my name.
Is your coworker?
Yeah.
Brandon's
Brandon
your
was
stripper
my name.
No,
Yeah.
his nickname, his stripper name was
No, but the
Brandon.
guy you were talking to,
Johnny Thor.
he was a stripper.
Yeah.
Johnny Thor.
Deep voice.
So fuck her, dude.
Just go fuck her. What's your fucking problem? I once saw Johnny Thor. I walked in and he was getting blown by a dude. And I go, hey, some dude was blowing you. He's like, I know he's gay. And I go, what about you? He's like, I wasn't sucking anyone off.
So Johnny Thor's getting blown by a dude.
Yeah.
He tells you to go fuck the woman.
Yeah. So I go downstairs. I go, come on, I'll dance for you again. She goes, I have no more money. I go, I don't care. Come on. And we go in. I start dancing for her, and she grabs me like that, get rock hard. Got a condom in my sock, right? Ready to whip the domer out. She just grabs me, throws me inside of her, no domer.
Wow.
I'm all excited. This is wrong. You're not supposed to be doing this. So
Yeah.
literally
Immediately.
2 pumps, being generous, but then I keep going to pretend she doesn't know.
Right.
Then it just gets soft and flops out, and I go, oh boy. And she goes, did you come in me? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I'm so happy I did this. And I go, why? She goes, I'm getting married tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And that jaded how I looked at women from that point forward. Because you were like, what an animal.
Yeah.
That guy will never know.
And then what if she got pregnant and then she just has sex with her husband the next? You can't tell.
No.
Why is this baby bald and all muscular?
Damn, dude, Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a story.
Yeah.
Has that haunted you? Is that a mistake in your mind?
No, that was one of the funnest times in my life. But when I was going through it, I was like miserable. Like I lived in like a cockroach infested apartment. I was dating a stripper named Trudy, who was kind of gorgeous, but she like was from a trailer park. So she had this brown snaggle tooth. She smoked a lot. She had a really raspy fucking voice. And she, Brandon, where the fuck are you?
She called you Brandon?
Yeah, when I was coming to pick her up. She was a stripper too. She was really sexy, but not really. Like she was the hottest girl I'd been with because she had fake tits and this kicking body, but she also had like a C-section scar, and she was 22, and she had those old fake tits where they had to put them in from underneath and like real hatchet job.
They just look like closed eyes.
Yeah. She hated blowjobs. She hated them, but she loved the sex. And I would have sex with her with no condom because after a while, you're like, what am I? Come on, I'm not gay in the 80s. So you just started going with no condom. And then she thought she got pregnant. And I remember being like, I go, well, we need to talk about this. And she's like, what's there to talk about? And I was like, well, what are we going to do? I mean, we have to figure this out. She's like, I already have 2 kids. I'm not, that's my beliefs. And I'm not getting rid of a baby. If we have a baby, that's a blessing. And I was like, oh, and my friend Sergio, who was a stripper at the time, he was trying to coach me on. It's like, buddy, you need to tell this woman you cannot have a baby. You will not take care of it. It will screw it up. No, wait, tell her you will be there. You will take care of it. But you do not want this baby. Okay, wait, no, tell her. And he had all these ideas. Sergio. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I was like, okay, whatever happens, I'll be there for you. She's like, I don't even care. And then, and then she goes to the doctor. I'm like, what happened? She's like, it's a cyst on my ovary. I was like, yeah, cancer.
Oh my God.
I was so happy.
Oh my God. Was it?
Yeah, it was just a cyst. She wasn't pregnant.
Oh,
yes, it's minor ovarian cancer. It's not. They didn't have to take her ovaries out.
Hadn't metastasized.
Little scraper.
Right.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
Wow,
That's wild
times.
This is amazing. I mean, do you mind that period of your life?
No, I love it.
Material?
I did like an off-Broadway show called Underbelly Diaries. I did a show called Underbelly Diaries at Theater Row like several years ago, where I would do all these stories. And then there was this other one, like I would strip for gay men. You remember? And there was like one guy that came in, and it was like, there was so many funny stories, but there was also all these, touching stories where it was like, they're like, you have to strip for gay men on Sundays if you want to work here on weekends. And everyone wanted to work there on weekends, but nobody wanted to strip for gay dudes. And we're like, we're not gay. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And then you'd show up, and the dudes, for the most part, you'd make more money. They were cooler guys for the most part. You'd just get drunk and stoned. Then let them fuck you in the ass for $12, and that last part I added. But yeah, and there was this Russian guy we worked with. He went on to own La Bear in Dallas, Texas, which is like the biggest male strip club in the United States. And his name was Wolf, and he was this incredibly homophobic Russian guy. So he'd be like, I don't want to dance for these faggots. This is fucking disgusting. They need to fuck themselves. In my country, they would be dead. We would kill them, these faggots. And they'd be like, you need to dance on Sundays. He'd be like, fucking faggots. He'd like walk around and murmur that in front of these guys. So these people are like, this is awesome. And then a Russian guy would be like, fucking faggots, and just walk by. This is not that good.
Like, you say it again.
And he was I almost got in a fight with him once. I was talking shit, and he's like, you do not think I would kill you? I would take you outside and kill you? I'm like, whatever happens, happens. I don't care if you want to go outside. But yeah, he would have made a mess of me.
Wow.
Jesus, Wolf.
I used to be able to talk my way out of those things. There was another guy named Kevin who went on to be a UFC fighter. Huge, Matt. First time I ever saw him, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if I could ever look like that. He was that type of bodybuilder. And then 4 years later, I was the night before a competition, and he was the night before a competition, and I stood next to him. I blew him away. He weighed 100 pounds more, but I was just so shredded.
Yeah.
He couldn't even stand next to me.
So Aaron was also a male bodybuilder. Yeah.
Yeah, female bodybuilder.
Right. I don't know why.
Yeah, you didn't have to say male.
Did they make you take your dick out when you danced?
Yeah.
You got fully naked.
Yeah.
Did you have to like jerk off?
Yeah.
During the like for on the now coming to the stage, Brandon, you take your cock out and start jerking it.
No, you would masturbate before you'd go on, and then you'd tie an elastic around it.
This is
Yeah, you don't
crazy
go out and be like,
part. And
shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. Front row, who wants to get sprayed?
but you allude there to something that I have heard of, which to me makes me terrified.
Elastic bands.
You get yourself a boner,
yeah,
and then you tie and cut the circulation off,
so it stays there,
so that all the blood stays in your penis, like you're tying a balloon, a water balloon.
Yeah. Is that bad for your penis?
It has to be so bad.
Guys
for
would
your
get
dick.
pop blood vessels and stuff.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So they just have like a blood blister inside.
Oh my God, dude.
Jesus,
And
dude.
and how many times would you do that?
You'd tie off usually twice a night when you'd go on
for
stage.
years.
Yeah, I worked for like a year and a half. And then sometimes you'd get the shower song. So you'd be up there for 4 songs. That's 20 minutes. You'd come off, your dick is cold and blue.
Holy
Oh,
fuck,
God,
dude.
man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
And you got to use lotion to get hard. You're jacking out like this. It'd be like the 4 of us in here. And it got so casual. You'd be like, how's everything at home?
You guys are just chilling naked, jerking your
Jerking
dicks?
off, smoking, passing a joint around with your fucking lotiony dick fingers.
Oh
and
my
just be
God.
like, dude, what's going on? Did you fuck that girl last night? Oh, I want to fuck her. Her ass must be so nice, right? And then literally getting hard while you're talking.
Wow.
Your buddy.
Right. Well,
So gay.
right.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what they do in porn too, though. You know, right?
Yeah.
Those gangbang
You
scenes.
just get to this point where you're so jaded, it doesn't matter.
Right.
When I first did it, I'd be like, I need to go in a bathroom and find a quiet place and have a magazine. Because this is in the days of magazines. You didn't have porn.
Right.
And he'd just be like, oh, Jesus. And it took me months to learn how to get hard and then go on stage.
Holy fuck, dude.
Wow.
So when you confronted that guy about getting blown by a guy, were you guys jerking off?
No. But he had a great story. He was fucking someone's girlfriend. Guy showed up with a gun. Johnny's beating off. And the guy goes, dude, you fuck my girlfriend. You fuck it. Johnny doesn't stop beating off. He's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Man. And then this other guy, Night Ranger or something, comes in from behind, grabs the dude, throws him down the steps.
The
2
gun
other
guy?
guys beat the shit out of the gun guy. And then Johnny still beats off. Desperado makes it out for his song. And it's
Holy
like it's
shit.
like urban legend about
Oh
the time
my
he had a gun
God.
pulled on him and still was able to get out there.
That's
Wow.
so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
shit.
yeah.
I never had a gun pulled on me. Hot Chocolate stole money from me.
That's a,
He was the guy I masturbated in front of a dude with. He was this big black dude. I had a man purse for a while because I thought they were cool, and I put it in my locker, and I went outside, and he stole $400 from me.
Jesus.
There was another guy named Black Seduction. They didn't have to put the black on. But he got there. He was from Detroit. And he was like some convicted murderer that was
Really?
fleeing charges. And they gave him a job in Toronto. He's just this fat, greasy black dude. And he'd go out in a sequin jumpsuit. And he had these finger sparkles. You know, like you go like this and little flames would come out
Yeah.
with your fingers. And he'd do those. And he's like, I'm going to be a house dancer. I'll talk to Carmen. She told me I'm going to be working on weekends. I'm going to come take everybody's jobs. And then Hot Chocolate didn't like him. He said, so Hot Chocolate's using the payphone one day, and the Black Seduction's using it. Hot Chocolate was like, yo, brother, man, I need to use the phone, man. He's high all the time. He's like, bro, wait your fucking turn. He's like, kiss his teeth at him. He's like, I said I need to use Black Seduction. Takes the phone and starts smacking Hot Chocolate in the face with an old payphone. You remember
Yeah.
those old
Yeah.
blue? Don't.
Jesus.
And then he comes upstairs. He's like, yo, Brandon, I just beat the fuck out of your boy. You next? I'm like, I ain't got a problem with you. But I'd been talking shit, mad shit behind his back. That's where I learned my comedy chops. Is like I used to just make fun of everybody. That's the only reason they kept me. I wouldn't show up sometimes. I'd go fishing. And then they'd be like, the only reason we're keeping you here is because you're good for morale. Because I'd do impressions of everybody.
Oh my God,
It
bro.
was so
wow.
fun.
That's wild.
Yeah.
This is really good stuff, man. We're hearing some stuff that we don't usually get on the pod.
No, you don't get this stuff on your pod.
No,
What do you get? Just nose tips?
yeah, there you go. How often do you tell these stories? I've never heard these things
Really?
from
I don't
you.
tell them that often. I don't talk about it that much anymore. Most of my life now is trying to make my marriage work and being a
Right.
dad. And then I wonder how that stuff's going to come. People have been like, well, what if your daughter wanted to strip? And then when I'm done choking them, I go, no. It's just no. It's a different thing
Right.
for me. I didn't need, I came from a life of somewhat privilege. I mean, came from an upper middle class family. I didn't need the money, but it was this thing that I wanted to do, and I wanted to see what it was like. I could have had other jobs. I was working security. I could have been a waiter. There was other shit. I wasn't on the
Right.
streets doing it.
Did it affect your relationship with your parents?
My mom came and watched one night, like without telling me. Her and my aunt came,
Wow.
and they knew I was working there, but I was like, I don't go naked. It's all just fun. They come, my fucking schlong is hanging out, all covered in grease. And then,
Holy shit.
yeah, I was, then the next night I went over, my mom's like, oh, we came and watched your show. You're very talented. And it's one of the
Supportive.
things my wife hates is that, no matter what I do, my mom's like, he's very good at what he does. Christine's like, my parents hate me. Yeah. So it was, yeah. And my dad, I don't know, man. I mean, I look at it now and I'm like, what a disappointment. But, it was that shit that made me kind of get my life on track. I think it was that failing and not dealing with shit, and becoming so shelled up and closed because of that. But it was, that bad stuff that made me able to be who I am now. And I don't even know if that's a good thing. I mean, I'm at the forefront of a movement that's about freedom of speech and pushing buttons, but you don't know how, you really don't know how much you're contributing to society in a positive form. Comedy 2 years ago was heralded as, oh, it's great. If people are laughing, you're doing a great thing and you're making people feel good. Now it's like your comedy is hurting people and causing wars.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know if there's any answers, but I don't think it was, I mean, I can't imagine parents being like, oh, good for you, son. Good move. You went to private school, you got a degree in philosophy, and they pull your dick out.
I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
How could you be? You as a parent, you do everything you can to make sure.
But it sounds like your parents were as accepting as you could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Because
But is that even a good thing? I mean, or should they have been like, yeah, I have no son.
Right.